Hey there, here we are again with another Top 10 Movies video. If you like it, please consider clicking on that like button. You could maybe even subscribe too, if you feel like it. Okay, so with that being said, let's get on with it. Thomas Jeffrey Hanks, or as we all know him, Tom Hanks, is a famous actor and filmmaker. He also goes by the nicknames of Tom Hankies and America's Dad. Tom is 6 foot tall and weighs around 190 pounds, with green eyes and greying hair. Of course, at his age, what else would you expect? According to Celebrity Net Worth, as of the end of 2020, he was worth an incredible $400 million. Suppose that's not surprising when you think of all the amazing movies he's made over the years. Tom Hanks was born on July 9, 1956, in Concord, California, in the United States of America. His father, Amos Mefford Hanks, was a cook, and his mother, Janet Marilyn Fraga, was a hospital worker and of Portuguese descent. They actually got divorced in 1960. Tom has two brothers, Jim, who is also an actor, and Larry, a professor and entomologist. That's a person who studies insects, just in case, like me, you didn't know. He also has a sister called Sandra, who is a freelance journalist, writer and cafe owner. Now Tom is currently on his second marriage. His first was to actress Samantha Lewis in 1978, but that ended in divorce in 1987. His second and current wife is Rita Wilson, who is also an actress, and they married in 1988. Tom has 4 children in total, 3 boys and a girl. Chet was born in 1990 and is an actor and rapper. Colin in 1977 and is also an actor, producer and director. His third son Truman Theodore was born in 1995. Now Truman is a very private person and not much is known about him. He doesn't do social media and is not currently in the acting profession. His daughter Elizabeth was born in 1982 and is an actress and producer. It's no secret that Tom has always loved the Pacific Palisades area of California and has not one but 2 homes there, next door to each other. What is maybe not so well known is that he also owns real estate in Antiparos and Patmos Island, both of which are in Greece. He's not much of a car person, although he has owned some strange ones, including a little Fiat 126. His preference is for eco-friendly electric vehicles, and he currently owns a Chevy Tahoe and a Toyota Prius. Did you know that he has won 2 Academy Awards, one for Philadelphia and the other for Forrest Gump? He's also an avid collector of typewriters, of all things, and has an impressive collection of them. And now we come to his biggest movies of all time. You might be kind of surprised by some of them. I know I was. In first place is Toy Story 3 from the incredibly successful franchise. This third movie in the series made more than $450 million in the United States alone, and went on to gross over $1 billion worldwide. Voices were provided by a cast of stars that by now has become synonymous with the Toy Story fans. Tom Hanks himself, obviously, Tim Allen, Joan Cusack, and John Ratzenberger, to name but a few. As with all the Toy Story movies, it was produced by Pixar Animation Studios and released by Walt Disney Pictures in USA on June 18, 2010.
Come on. Oh, no!
In the movie, Woody, Buzz and the whole gang are back. As their owner Andy prepares to depart for college, his loyal toys find themselves in daycare, where untamed tots with their sticky little fingers do not play nice. So it's all for one and one for all, as they join Barbie's counterpart Ken, a thespian hedgehog named Mr. Pricklepants, and a pink, strawberry-scented teddy bear called Lotsa Hugging Bear to plan their great escape. Second comes Forrest Gump. No surprise there, I'm sure. Co-starring Robin Wright, Gary Sinise, Sally Field and more. The movie grossed over $330 million in the United States and went on to reach almost $678 million worldwide. It was produced by Paramount Pictures and released in the USA on July 6, 1994. The movie centres on the life of Forrest Gump, who is a simple man with a low IQ but good intentions. He's journeying through his childhood with his best and only friend Jenny. His mama teaches him the ways of life and leaves him to choose his destiny. Forrest joins the army for service in Vietnam, finding new friends called Dan and Bubba. He wins medals, creates a famous shrimp fishing fleet, inspires people to jog, starts a ping pong craze, creates a smiley, writes bumper stickers and songs, donates to people, and meets the president several times. Next we have Toy Story 4, currently the latest chapter in the franchise. Again we hear the voices of stalwart co-stars Tim Allen and Joan Cusack, who are joined by names such as Keanu Reeves, Tony Hale and Blake Clark. The film grossed over $434 million at the box office in the USA, and went on to surpass $1 billion worldwide. Once again, the movie is produced by Pixar Animation Studios and released by Walt Disney Pictures in the USA on June 21st, 2019.
It's a secret mission in uncharted space. Let's go!
I think I have to go.
Where are you going? Why?
Should we all go? Are we going?
No time to explain. Attack!
No time to explain.
Oh no!
Okay, what is with everyone jumping out the window?
Woody, Buzz and Co. are now the possessions of a young girl named Bonnie Anderson, who introduces a major complication into their lives when she turns a spork into a toy. Forky, however, sees himself as an eating utensil and not a toy. In fourth place comes Toy Story 2. Bit of a pattern developing here. The second movie in the franchise has always been described as the sequel that surpassed the original. Hank is joined by many of his co-stars from the original movie, with Tim Allen returning as Buzz Lightyear and Joan Cusack as Jessie. In the USA, the box office gross for Toy Story 2 was almost $246 million, and worldwide it totaled over $497 million. Not surprisingly, the movie was produced once again by Pixar Animation Studios and released by Walt Disney Pictures in the USA on October 2nd, 2009.
Once we go through, we just need to find that case.
There's the case!
This time around, Andy, the young boy who is the proud owner of most of our cast of characters, is off at summer camp, giving the toys a few weeks off to do as they please. Woody is unaware that in the years since his model went out of production, he's become a rare and valuable collector's item. An avid toy collector decides that he wants Woody for his collection, and swipes him. So Buzz Lightyear, Ham, Rex, Slinky Dog and Mr. Potato Head venture forth to rescue their kidnapped friend before Andy returns. Next we have, no, not another Toy Story movie, it's Castaway, co-starring Holly Hunt as the girlfriend of Tom's character, Larry White, Nick Searcy and Chris North, to name but a few. Produced by DreamWorks and released by 20th Century Fox on December 22nd, 2000, Castaway grossed over $233 million domestically and almost $430 million worldwide.
air got to it.
The air got to it!
The movie is based around Chuck Noland, a time-obsessed systems analyst executive who, in 1995, travels the world resolving productivity problems at FedEx depots. He's in a long-term relationship with Kelly Frears, with whom he lives in Memphis, Tennessee. But unfortunately, Chuck's busy schedule often interferes with their relationship. During a family dinner, Chuck is summoned to resolve a work problem in Malaysia. Flying through a violent storm, his FedEx cargo plane crashes into the Pacific Ocean. At number 6, we have the DaVinci Code, which co-stars Audrey Tautou, Paul Bettany, Sir McKellen, Alfred Molina and others. Produced by Columbia Pictures, the DaVinci Code was released in the USA by Sony Pictures Entertainment on May 19, 2006. In the USA alone, the film grossed over $217 million, and went on to achieve an astonishing $760 million worldwide.
She said when Sonia died, he took the location of Mary's sarcophagus with him, so there's no way to empirically prove that I am related to her. What would you do, Robert?
Okay, maybe there is no proof. Maybe the Grail is lost forever.
The DaVinci Code is the screen version of Dan Brown's controversial best-selling novel about a powerful secret that's been kept under wraps for thousands of years, and is directed under the expertise of Ron Howard. The stately silence of Paris's Louvre Museum is broken when one of the gallery's leading curators is found dead on the grounds, with strange symbols carved into his body and left around the spot where he died. Hoping to learn the significance of the symbols, police bring in Sophie Neveu, a gifted cryptographer who is also the victim's granddaughter. At number 7 comes Saving Private Ryan, co-starring Matt Damon as Private Ryan, Vin Diesel, Ted Danson and more. Saving Private Ryan was produced by Amblin Entertainment and released by Paramount Pictures in the USA on July 24, 1998. This movie also grossed over $217 million domestically, but didn't do as well internationally as the DaVinci Code, only reaching just over $482 million worldwide. I say only.
I have my orders too, sir. They don't include me abandoning my post.
I understand that, but this changes things.
I don't see that it does, sir.
The Chief of Staff for the United States Army says it does.
Sir, our orders are to hold this bridge at all costs. Now, our planes in the 82nd have taken out every bridge across the Murderette with the exception of...
Opening with the Allied invasion of Normandy on the 6th of June 1944, members of the 2nd Ranger Battalion under Captain Miller, played by Hanks, fight ashore to secure a beachhead. Amidst the fighting, 2 brothers are killed in action. Earlier in New Guinea, a 3rd brother is KIA. Their mother, Mrs. Ryan, is to receive all 3 of the grave telegrams on the same day. The United States Army Chief of Staff, George C. Marshall, is given an opportunity to alleviate some of her grief when he learns of a 4th brother, Private James Ryan, and decides to send out 8 men, Captain Miller and select members from the 2nd Rangers, to find him and bring him back home to his mother. And here it is, finally, at number 8, the first Toy Story, with the original co-stars of Tim Allen, Joan Cusack, Andrew Stanton, Jim Varney and others. As with all the other movies in the franchise, Toy Story was produced by Pixar Animation Studios and released in the USA by Walt Disney Pictures on November 22, 1995. This first of the 4 movies grossed over $220 million at the box office, and the cumulative worldwide gross was more than $373 million.
Alright everyone, this is a stick-up! Don't anybody move! Now empty that safe! Money, money, money!
The story is based around a little boy named Andy who loves to be in his room playing with his toys, especially his cowboy doll named Woody. But what do the toys do when Andy is not with them? They come to life, of course. Woody believes that his life as a toy is good, However, he worries about Andy's family moving, and what Woody does not know is about Andy's birthday party. Woody does not realise that Andy's mother gave him an action figure known as Buzz Lightyear, who does not believe that he's a toy, and quickly becomes Andy's new favourite. At number 9 we have the Polar Express. Not one I expected to see in the top 10, but hey, as Forrest Gump would say, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. The movie co-stars amongst others Michael Jetta, Daryl Sabara, Eddie Deason and Nona Gay. It was produced by Castle Rock Entertainment and released by Warner Bros. In the USA on November 19, 2004. Domestically, the movie managed to gross over $187 million, with the worldwide figure topping $314 million. Directed by Robert Zemeckis and based on children's author Chris Van Allsburg's modern-day classic of the same name, The Polar Express revolves around Billy, who longs to believe in Santa Claus, but finds it quite difficult to do so. What was his family's dogged insistence that all of it, from the North Pole to the elves to the man himself, is all just a myth? This all changes, however, on Christmas Eve, when a mysterious train visits Billy in the middle of the night, promising to take him and a group of other lucky children to the North Pole for a visit with Santa. And finally, the number 10 slot is held by Apollo 13, which co-stars Bill Paxton and Kevin Bacon making up the crew along with Hanks. Gary Sinise and Catherine Quinlan also appear. Apollo 13 was produced by Imagine Entertainment and released by Universal Pictures on June 30th, 1995. Even as the number 10 top-grossing Tom Hanks film, it still managed to pull in over $173 million in the USA and over $355 million worldwide.
Let's see. Shit, no volts, only 2 amps. It may die before the main chute's open.
Roger, let's tie all the batteries on a main A and main B.
Flight, they're still showering a bit up there. Do you want to tell them?
Is there anything we could do about it?
Not now, Flight.
And they don't need to know, do they?
Houston, we have a problem. Those words were immortalised during the 10th days of the Apollo 13 lunar mission crisis in 1970. Events recreated in this epic historical drama from Ron Howard. Astronaut Jim Lovell, played by Hanks, leads Command Module pilot Jack Swigert and Lunar Module driver Fred Hayes on what is slated as NASA's 3rd lunar landing mission. All goes smoothly until the craft is halfway through its mission, when an exploding oxygen tank threatens the crew's oxygen and power supplies. Now remember, these were just the top 10 grossing movies starring Tom Hanks. In truth, and I'm sure you'll agree, there are others that should have had a mention. Movies that are great, but might not have been the box office smashes like those we talked about. Let me know in the comments if there are any Tom Hanks films that you adore, but were not in his top 10.